Today marks 6 months since 2 students and 2 teachers lost their lives in the Apalachee High School shooting. And since then, state lawmakers have tackled school and gun safety. It was a big day for that. Atlanta News First political reporter Doug Reardon live at the Capitol. House Speaker John Burns has made this a priority, Doug.
He certainly has. He even got off the dais and addressed one of these bills himself on the floor today. That is extremely rare. And he actually got 2 of these bills that he said were high priority wish list legislative items for him passed. The first is essentially a tax program that would offer Georgians up to $300 of tax refunds if they use it on gun safe storage items. So think trigger locks, think gun safes. That is, of course, an effort to incentivize buying those things, but it doesn't absolutely require it. The other bill is a bit more complicated. House Bill 268 establishes a statewide database that allows school districts as well as law enforcement access to students' academic and disciplinary records. And again, in a rare move, Speaker John Burns left the dais and spoke in favor of his own bill on the floor. You'll hear from him in just a second. He said the idea is to avoid a breakdown in communication on potentially dangerous students like what happened at Apalachee. But opponents had a lot of concerns over privacy and profiling issues.
I believe this legislation will usher in a new culture in our school systems where we run towards our children facing struggles.
What exactly are we doing here? We are being asked to create a state-run student surveillance database, a watch list for children readily available for law enforcement access.
And House Bill 268, in addition to that, also sets up the construction of a statewide run mobile app that will allow students, teachers, and parents to report any suspicious activity or threats in their school district. At the state capitol, Doug Reardon, Atlanta News First.